I'll just go step by step.
That's exactly how we're doing it for everyone.
Yes,
So,
yes, dear.
go ahead. Ooh, what was that? So before we go ahead and get started, I want to ask the group here, anyone not looking forward to making this change over a DocuSign? I see
Me.
one hand up. Wow. Oh, two hands up. 3, 4, 5.
Not looking, not.
I like dot loop.
Okay, so I've seen 7 hands up and we have 29 people. So we have about 21, not including myself, 21 liars on the Zoom. Awesome.
I'm like free. DocuSign's not going to cost us money, so I'm excited about it.
I think it's just something we're
Admin on the team, you only have to pay for it.
I'm in charge of the budget.
You are in charge of the budget, so it's on your head. That's
Yeah.
true. Anyone here not understand why we're making this change?
Tell me why.
Well, why would we not want to have .loop?
Zillow.
Zillow owns .loop, so it's controlling that we don't want Zillow to have our own. So moving over to DocuSign has absolutely zero interest in getting into the real estate business, starting to buy properties, represent tenants, represent buyers, undercut real estate commissions, squeeze you out to just spend, give you $50 to go open up a door. DocuSign has zero interest in that. So it is the main reason that we are moving away from Zillow and into, from .loop and into DocuSign. So I'm going to ask you guys another question. Anyone here planning on keeping .loop after the office stops providing it?
Well, I was thinking about it if I can't learn DocuSign, but I think I'll learn it.
Okay.
Tim
Anyone
plans
else?
on keeping it for a little while.
Jim plans on keeping it?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
Yeah,
look
just
out
the
until-
gray area in between, if I should just, I'm hoping to get everything over to DocuSign so I don't have to do it.
Okay. Anyone else? Everybody's ready to make the plunge? Oh, come on. There's got to be
I've actually used it before at my old brokerage.
Okay.
At
Patrick, was that you?
DocuSign. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Nancy, you said you're planning on keeping it.
Well, for a time, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing here on DocuSign. I've never done it before.
Okay. So just kind of the uncertainty, the fear of moving over to something else.
Yeah, because, I don't know what DocuSign is about, but I'll tell you, .loop is so easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easy. I don't know.
Okay. So doing something easy, it gives you comfort, and that's why I want to stay with it. Okay. So if I'm able to show you here how easy DocuSign can be, you would say that you would be open to changing that decision.
Yes, I would. Also, I want to know how many times are we going to be able to, or will you be having these Zoom meetings for DocuSign every month, every week, or what?
Not necessarily. I'll let everyone know now that this Zoom call is being recorded. Everything that we are doing on Zoom is being recorded, and we are uploading to a YouTube channel. So everyone can go back and reference all this. You get caught up on anything I'm saying or need to go back to anything, you're going to have the ability to go back and do that and be able to make that reference. And of course, within that, you can ask us questions again if you still don't get it after rewatching it at all. We got, about a month, I want to say, until we make that full plunge into it and the office stops paying for .loop. So we got some time to make the transition. It doesn't all have to happen today. So we'll definitely be easing people through this and getting into it. But Nancy, let me ask you one last question, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
All right. Would you be willing to be my guinea pig today?
Oh, God. Yes, I will. But I mean, what?
You're going to be playing the role of a seller today. I'm going to be selling Nancy Davis's house. Because you're going to be up and moving down to or out to where? Where would you rather be instead of Ohio to be quarantined right now?
Where would I be instead of Ohio?
Yeah, if you could be quarantined anywhere. It wasn't Ohio.
I like the wine. He's protecting us.
Yeah, but it's not tropical here. You want to go to the Bahamas?
All right, where would I go? Pittsburgh? I don't know. Steubenville, Ohio.
Are you kidding?
Hey, that's my.
Who wants to go to
Hey,
Steubenville?
hey, I'm Italian. My last name is Lambertrise, and believe me,
And you must love Dean Martin, right?
I do.
You do? I do too.
Dino Corsetti was his.
All right. we're squirreling a little bit. All right. So we are going to go through the process of selling the house of Nancy Davis so she can move to tropical Steubenville.
I mean, can we? I mean, I can pick any place. I mean, Pittsburgh is fine. Whatever.
Fantastic. All right. Pittsburgh, Steubenville, wherever.
Nancy, give one answer.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So we are in my command dashboard here. First things first, we're going to go ahead and go through the process of connecting Docusign. So where I would end up doing is going up to the top right, where it's got my name, drop down, go to settings. Here. One of the things I've discovered in quarantine is the quality of my home internet is not the greatest. So I do apologize if there is any lagging or it seems a little slow or a little disconnect between me speaking and the screen.
Ryan,
Yes.
I have a question. Okay, where did you go to settings first? Can you do that slow?
So that was just on the top right where it's got my name.
Okay.
Clicked on that little caret. The second one down is settings. So the very first one we come to in here is the connected apps for Docusign. Right now I have it connected. So once you have it connected, it'll show up there at the top. Before that point, it's going to be a little bit further down. It's going to say something about paperwork or document management, transaction management will be further down that list, and you'll see a green connect account button on that. You'll go through that process of clicking on that. It should bring up a separate window pop-up that comes up. You're going to input your email address that's connected to the one that's in the office. So for most people, that's going to be your @KW email address that goes into that. It'll end up sending a verification email to that email, so you can click on that link, and then it'll take you back into a new one.
Question.
Password at that point. Yes.
Wait, I use, Steve Smith and Associates. I thought we could do.
Yeah, you could use his, whichever one is connected to the account for the office. So if you go through your main team leads one, that's perfectly fine. All right. So if anyone needs help with, I'm not going to disrupt my system and drive my assistant Alex nuts by disconnecting these things. But if you do need separate help it's a fairly easy connection process. If you have any troubles with that, I'm happy to go one-on-one with you to be able to walk you through that process. And don't worry, Nancy, you don't have to have it connected to be my guinea pig for this at all. You're going to be the part of a consumer on this. So consumers won't need to connect this.
Ryan, one quick question.
Yes.
I thought I was already registered. When I went in just then to log in, it says already registered. So I tried to connect my account. It wouldn't let me connect. Is that maybe because I'm on a team, or what is the reason there?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if it's because of the team or because you already do have that connection. If you just want to hold tight on that one, I'll work with you offline about that one to work you through that.
Thank you.
Hey, Ryan,
Well,
Yes.
since we're on that same screen, mine
Yeah.
does not show dot loop in the applications.
Oh, so if you want to connect .loop into it, DocuSign should be there for everyone, I believe.
Right.
If not, and definitely for .loop, you go up to the connect more
Or
apps.
have to do it that way.
That'll take you over to marketplace
Right.
.kw.com, and then you
Right.
just go to the .loop app, and you'll say that you want to go ahead and activate that or add that app to command.
Because that's what I was
Okay. Bridget's got her own separate issues. We'll let her deal with.
What's the first? Do we just click on DocuSign at the top?
Right here.
Yeah, if DocuSign's showing up on your screen, then you'll go ahead and connect that.
But I don't know which one because you said to do. Okay, it says connected.
Yeah, so you're already connected? Perfect. You don't need to do a thing then on yours.
Okay, it says connected.
Excellent. All right. So we're not going to spend too much time on the connection part of this. We can handle that offline on this. We really want to get into the process of actually going through a transaction in the Docusign environment. So I'm going to jump into doing that. So connected, create a contact is going to be our next thing to do. So I'm going to go up to the second applet on the far left for creating for my contact database. And Nancy, you're going to find your way into the Conway Group's database today. Give that a second to load.
So you go up to people to create a contact.
Yep, there's 2 people up there for contacts, and it'll take me over to that.
Okay.
And forgive me, I desperately need to get rid of AT&T Uverse.
Hey, Ryan, I have a question. This is Talisha.
All right.
Oh,
Talisha.
yeah. So I'm still stuck at where you go to DocuSign and it had me send an email and then it's saying authorize.
Yes. So did you receive that email?
I'm going to check now. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do something wrong because I didn't hear you go over that instruction.
Okay. Yeah, you did do that correctly. So it'll switch to saying authorized, but you want to go to that email and then there should be a link within your email. They'll take you a new window to actually create your password for it.
Gotcha.
And once you've gone ahead and done that, then you'll go back and authorize it.
Okay. We'll keep moving. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no problem. All right, Nancy, what is your email address?
Nancy at stevesmithassociates.com.
Perfect. And I do not need a phone number for this, so we're good. So that's all the minimum that I need is your name and your email address.
Okay. Okay. Name it. Okay. And then
Got you in there. Perfect. There you are. All right. So I've searched and now I have you up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a new opportunity. So over in this window here, you'll see the timeline that has all the different activities, what Nancy would be doing on our website, searching, looking at properties, looking on the app, email communications, all that stuff would show up here. But the second tab over here is opportunities. So we're going to go ahead and create an opportunity. I apologize, these windows are a little funky at the moment. There we go. All right, so creating an opportunity. This is going to be in the Keller Williams Consultants Market Center. It's going to be a part of the Conway Group. This is going to be a listing opportunity. I can also start a buyer, landlord, or tenant opportunity, but we're going to do a listing for the demonstration. I am the owner of this opportunity. Nancy is the client. She's selling without her husband's knowledge, so we're just going to have her sign on things. For the opportunity name, the default is going to be the person's last name and then the type of opportunity. You could keep that the same for this. This is also what the name of the Docusign Room is going to be as well, which the room is the equivalent of a .loop loop. For the naming of this, we're going to end up putting the property address on there. So Nancy, what's your address?
Excuse me, 5660.
Okay.
Glenbervie Court, G-L-E, and
Okay.
G-L-E and B as in boy, E-R, V as in victory, I-E Court.
Glenbervie?
Yeah, Glen,
Interesting.
well, it's, yeah, Glenbervie Court, Dublin, Ohio.
All right, yeah, we won't worry about that part. But even if I haven't misspelled, this is a fictional kind of setting anyhow. So
Okay.
Well, all right, perfect. It's not required that I fill out really any of these other things that are in here other than starting the opportunity somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and create this opportunity.
So you just put in your name, the person's name and listing, whatever, or
Yep. Yeah, so I'm really just trying to put the minimum amount of information in there just so we can automate this part to create this process. So I've created this new opportunity that's in the watch stage, which is part of the cultivate phase. So I'm going to click on that, and that is going to open up the opportunity window. So here's the beginning of that opportunity. It's got all the information that I've already put in here. Commission rates, dollar amounts, all that. Select from KWOLS to connect the property to it. But what we're gonna move into is we've already done some of the classes and we have recordings up on the YouTube channel for talking about compliance and commissions. So we're gonna move into the section with documents here. And this is where all that compliance is being handled at. So we have a listed folder, an under contract folder, and a closed folder where I'm able to add all these documents. I'm going to show after we've created our documents how I'm going to upload those in there. But the first thing I'm going to do is, and this is very important, so make sure you guys are writing this one down or pay attention to this part, because you don't want to start your transaction in Docusign, or if you're going to continue using .loop, you don't want to start a loop first. You want to actually start here first at an opportunity. And in this section right here, it says start a transaction. Since I have both systems connected to mine, I could start a transaction in Docusign, or I could start a transaction in .loop, and it'll instantly connect it directly to this opportunity. So since this is a Docusign class, we're going to go ahead and connect Docusign. As I click that,
wait a minute, I don't see where you're clicking. I'm sorry.
No problem. Let me move this window real quick. So where I am clicking was up here in this top right corner, just below where it says timeline, and it said start a transaction. It was a gray box that was there in the top right.
Okay, right up there then. So
yeah, so right up there, it was a drop down and I could choose Docusign or .loop, and I chose Docusign. What that did was it opened up a new window for creating the Docusign room. It's now changed the button to two different ones. It's like go to the transaction, which sends me directly to that connected room. It can also sync transaction. So any documents have been added into that room, I just click on that and it'll update what's in there. So then I'm able to connect to it here. But we'll move over to that Docusign room. So I've created this room. It has 5660 Glen Burvey Court is the name of this room now. So it's pulled in that opportunity name as that new room. It is also in the details section of it, pulled in Nancy's name, Nancy's email, all that information I put in. If I had filled out further information, would have pulled in as seller number 1. So that part's connected. All right, so I am in documents now. It's blank, no documents that are in there presently. So what I'm gonna do is go to this top right where it says add. It says Docusign Forms is the second option. I'm gonna click on that. So it'll take just a second. I'm going to show you where you can get all documents are in here, and then we also have them kind of set up in different form groups, so you can be able to quickly and easily start up a new listing, start up a new buyer contract. You should have all documents there, and we're trying to get them fully synced up so that they align right with the opportunity folders.
So the rooms are.
That's still loading up. That part's still loading up. Does anyone have any questions?
Ryan?
No questions? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Mary.
Okay. I have 2 transactions that are current listings. One's in contract. And I uploaded both of those into this Docusign or into Command.
Okay.
From .loop to Command. I did that first thing. And then, but then I don't see anything as to where any of those documents are that I uploaded.
Okay, so if you've loaded them into compliance, you want to see where they exist afterwards.
So, yeah, I need to create a green. I need to create a green sheet. The loops are complete, especially the one that's in contract. So it's due to close on the 8th of May. But I need to do a green sheet for it.
Okay. Sure. So we're actually transitioning to using the commissions part of Command instead of green sheets. So I will show at the end here what exactly that looks like. And I can also show you how you can connect a loop into it as well.
Right.
So I'll save that for the very circle
Brian,
back to it. Yes, Nancy.
I don't do the green sheets. My admin does. So
okay, no problem. And then we'll have you turn and look away at that part and just keep her on here.
Well, no, that's okay. If somebody else wants to see that, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so it has loaded up here in Docusign Rooms where it's got two drop downs here that say Docusign Forms Library, select Docusign Forms. If this is your first time on there, you might get a window that pops up before this that's asking you for your NRDS number. What I'm going to recommend that is check on the box that says don't show this again and then click on skip. And what that'll do, or don't show me this again, something to that effect that's on there. It's been a while since I did it. I want you to do that for this first time. Don't show again, click on skip, make that go away so it doesn't prompt you again. You do not need your NRDS number for this at all. Anyone see that come up that's been following along?
All I see, Docusign Forms Library and the one select Docusign Forms.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All
Ryan,
right.
mine came up. You just select out of it, and then it's starting to load the other one. So
Is that Cam?
yeah,
What was your question?
it wasn't a question. You asked if for confirmation about the other window, and I was just confirming it essentially.
Oh, okay. Yep. Make that thing go away. That thing's annoying. All right. So add Docusign Forms. So there's two options here, which are Docusign Forms Library and Docusign Forms Group. I'll show you first the library part, which gives me the option of pulling in documents that are Columbus Board of Realtors documents, KW 330, our Market Center documents, or OAR, Ohio Association of Realtors documents. For this, we've already gone ahead and created form groups, and everybody should be able to have those shared with you. I did share it with the entire office. If anyone is not, once they click on the Docusign Forms group, seeing where they have, Troy created the one that says buyer offer, but I also created KW 330 all docs, and then it's going to drive Lisa Evelyn nuts on this because it says 1, 2, and 4 on each one of them. And the reason why is because it's number 1 is consultation or listed if it's a listing. 2 is under contract. We're probably going to change the naming of some of that. 3 would have been the closed file, which right now is just a settlement statement, which you're not going to be pulling from DocuSign anyways. That's why it's not showing up there at all. And then optional is a bunch of optional documents that are not required for a compliant folder that if you wanted to have be a part of it, they do exist on there. So 1, 2, and 4. One second. I think somebody just asked a question, but my bar disappeared with that question. All right, well, hopefully I'll come back to that. All right, so I've selected the one that says listed on there, KW Seller listed. And it's showing me the documents, exclusive right to sell listing agreement for residential, the worksheet, the consumer guide to agency, and the property disclosure. So I'm gonna select those. I could also say I'm not going to do one of these and remove it. I could select a single one. I can deselect them, or I could select the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and add those.
Ryan, the question was from Nikki Gallo. She said that, she said, I am following along with you, Ryan. When I click settings, my entire page is blank. I have tried this 4 times, not sure why nothing is coming up. I just have a blank page.
And that's in command. I'm guessing Nikki doesn't have a microphone. Oh, there's the question. Yes. Okay, Nikki, I might have to work with you on the offline on that one to be able to help you diagnose and figure out what's wrong there. Okay. Nikki, feel free to let us know what the specials are at any of your various restaurant locations and where people can order to have it delivered to them.
Right, I'll do that. Thanks.
Support local. All right, so I have now pulled in the form group for all the listing ones on here, just those basic ones of the right to sell, the worksheet, the consumer guide, and the residential property disclosure. So fair warning. So I forgot to mention this at the beginning of all the people that we're talking about, are they going to keep .loop after this? And to be completely open and frank with all of you, I was one of those people yesterday, until we resolved a major issue that we've been faced with. So one of them was that we were not able to easily fill out all the documents and then did not have it mapped for signatures on these documents. I'm happy to say that now we can. The other main problem that we had to do with the residential property disclosure, which is one of all these other documents. I can fill out the information as the agent and sending to the client. All they have to do is sign or initial. The property disclosure, though, they have to fill in. And we're having an issue before an understanding of how we filled out the fields in the property disclosure. And I'm happy to report as of a 10:30 this morning call that Troy and I did, we had an epiphany and figured it out. So you're going to be excited to see this part when I get to it. But what we're going to do is going to select all of these documents here. And we are going to send these off to Nancy to have her signatures. What I'm going to do, once I've selected any of these, it gives me a toolbar here. It says copy them, move them, email them, combine them, Docusign them, archive them, or unarchive them. For me sending these off to Nancy as my client to sign these things, I'm going to select those. I'm going to go to click on Docusign. It's going to take a second to load here, but what that's going to do is going to take those forms and move them into an envelope. An envelope is what I'm using to be able to send those off to her. The envelope name that shows on there, the basic is please Docusign. You can rename that how you want. You could say these are initial listing documents. In fact, let's go ahead and just call it that, the initial listing documents. This is not the name that shows up on the email it sends. That's actually down here on what gets sent to her. And you can see all these add documents to the envelope. Those are the ones I've added in here. I could go back and click on room documents in case I forgot one that went in there. The first thing I'm going to do before I go in and fill out those documents is go down to add recipients to the envelope. There's a drop down here. It says add recipient, pre-tagged roles, room participants, or email address. I'm going to click on pre-tagged roles. I'm going to select seller 1. Over here in the drop down, I'm going to see the different names of the people that are available as recipients of this. And there's Nancy. Nancy, you are seller 1. And I am the listing agent on this.
I thought I was going to be the buyer on the seller 1. Okay, come.
Oh, no, we're selling your house.
I am fine.
You got to move to sunny Pittsburgh, Steubenville, wherever you want to go.
Well, I'm not going to Florida, honey.
You want to be there. You can get one of those Permonti Brothers sandwiches with the French fries on it.
What? The what?
Anytime you want.
What is it? What, brother?
We'll get into that later. It's a sandwich. I'll show pictures.
Manny brother.
I'm driving Lisa evil nuts.
I can't take it. Okay.
All right. So I've added Nancy as seller 1 as a recipient, and then myself as a listing agent. So I'm going to add that as selected on here. And so now it says add recipients, seller 1. Nancy's going to receive the documents first. She's going to have signing privileges, and then I'm going to be there as well with signing privileges. Documents, I'm going to slide Consumer Guide Agency first on there because this is sequential order. We are going to go ahead and open that one up. Oh, never mind. Don't need to open those ones out. We'll actually go ahead and fill those out. But here's the really cool thing. So the property disclosure, what we have to do on that document, since she's actually going to be filling things out, is I need to click on these 3 dots where it says actions. Uh-oh. Where is that at? Use it. All right, maybe it's giving me a little more challenge than I'd hope, but give me 1 second.
Are they the same documents that we've been using with Columbus Board of Auditors or Keller Williams?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all the same document. Let's see if this works.
Yep.
Adding templates. Room docs, use a template.
All right, so we'll have to figure out that because it's a little odd that was working for me this morning, but it was normally showing me for that one that I could actually.
Just can't click them on and they open up.
Yeah, hold on. Again, this is still relatively new working through. So when we did it this morning, it was giving me the option that I could actually apply the template to that residential property disclosure, and somehow that part has become missing for me. So normally it'd say apply template, and what that would do is take a template that we've already created with all those fields already assigned and on top of that document, and would give Nancy the permissions to be able to fill out those fields. And one of the really cool things they'll do for property disclosures is we're going to be able to set the restrictions that say, as she's going through there, we all know that most of the questions on there are yes, no questions. And if somebody answers yes to them, then it's going to require them to fill out the text field underneath that to explain why is it a yes, why is there insufficient water, or why was there water intrusion. So we're going to be able to actually set the restrictions to say if they click no, they don't get access to that text field. If they click yes, it opens up and requires that text field for them to fill out that part, because most of the time people usually get a little mixed up on that property disclosure. And they're like, wait, where do I click? Do I fill this out? Do I do it? It's probably one of the biggest headaches we have for forms being filled out by our sellers, since they actually have to fill something out and not just sign or initial it. So I need to still figure out why exactly that's not showing up now, but it was showing up this morning. So for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. Okay, hold on. I actually jumped ahead. I got to back up real quick to the documents. I got my order out of place. I actually need to fill them out first before I went ahead and got to that point and assigned her signatures. Seriously, don't get AT&T Uverse.
Is that what you have? Is that your computer that you have, or is that what the thing that you have always been using?
Oh, that's
Ryan.
my internet service provider.
We just
You know,
left
DSL's
AT&T.
not that bad. Go
I
ahead.
have AT&T, but mine works pretty good. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny you said that. We just left
I think
AT&T.
that-
What?
Just wow.
Good.
What did I say?
Good.
Tell me.
All right, hold on.
Did
I'm
I
gonna
say
refresh
something?
it. Good, Nancy.
All right, I don't know. I'm just watching this. But
I'm gonna let it refresh real quick.
well, since you're recording this, is this what the recording is going to look like, or no?
Yeah, which is
That's what I'm concerned about.
yeah. So you're gonna be able, yeah, you'll be able to skip ahead on this part. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the document then and fill this out. Hopefully. All right, so I'm back in the room docs. I've clicked on the first document here, and what it brings up is my ability to go through and edit the document first before I'm sending it off. Internet willing. There we go.
I think it's across the board, Ryan, because Ashley was having issues in the social media class today. It's not just you.
Okay. Well, I don't feel alone then.
I think
probably the, what is it, 20 million people that are on Zoom?
Talking with Dot Loop.
No, I think it has.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this now, the right to sell. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to fill this out. So starting today, what is today?
The
I don't know. During quarantine, you don't even know. I don't even know what day of the week
This
it is.
day. It's this day.
It's this day.
April 16th.
All right, fine. I'll type that in. This day, the end of quarantine. Generally known as, what was it, 55, 60?
Generally knows.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't even care if I'm spelling it right at this point. Nancy, how much you want to sell your house for?
500.
$500. Got it.
500,000.
If I'm gonna sell 500, I want 7%. All right. So no sub agents. We'll pay a little something for the buyer's agent on that $500 deal. You're gonna give me some protection period. You're gonna authorize a lockbox, whatever that one is. Blah blah blah.
Whatever that one is.
Whatever that one is. Perfect. Just like filling out your normal listing worksheet. All right. So I'll go ahead and save and close that one.
Well, at least it looked at that makes sense to me, this one, but I'm just
yeah.
I don't know.
So regardless, the step on this is we're going to select each document. You're going to go through there and you're going to fill these different sections out. Now, a lot of these would actually populate if I went through the step on the details part of it and filled all that information in there. A lot of it can actually populate in that section. So for this demonstration, we will go ahead and send that off to her. So I'm going to DocuSign this.
Well, can you say, does it have an auto, autofill on these?
Yeah, so if I filled out that first details page and went into more detail on that one, it would actually populate and fill out all that information. But I was skipping ahead just to get to this point so I could focus on this. This documents tab is giving me fits.
Brian, quick question while you're waiting on that to load.
Yeah, Lisa.
Is there a way within, when you go to add forms and you click on DocuSign, that you can have your own folders set up with pre-filled documents inside of a Docusign room or folder to add to rooms?
You know, Troy warned me you're going to ask that. And actually the answer is there is a way that we can have you create your own templates so that you're just bringing in the form as the base layer of that.
Though it's not like a folder of documents.
Yeah, I think it does. I think there are ways you can set up your own default form groups, pulling from the ones that have been shared.
Yeah, that's what I want to know how to do.
Okay.
Is that a whole separate time?
Yeah, I think we can go through that a separate time. That's not what I had prepared for today.
Okay.
And I didn't have slow internet prepared for the day either, but
just gotta roll with it.
Life happens.
Life happens.
There we go. All right, I got the envelope in here. We're just going to do the exclusive right to sell. And send that off to Nancy, add her as the recipient as a pre-tagged role. Seller 1, send to Nancy. We'll just have me sign that one later. Needs to sign. So I can change this to needs to sign, needs to view, receives a copy, specify recipient. So like you might do something where once the contract's completely confirmed or signed off and everything, and you need to send a copy off to the loan officer, but they don't need to fill anything out or sign anything. That's where needs to view would come up. Or you might have where somebody receives a copy of it. So once it's been signed by each party, you could have it already queued up in this line for that. Once it's been signed by each party, somebody's going to receive a copy. When I'm sending these off, I can send it with access authentication. So if I wanted Nancy to only have access using like the last 4 digits of her social security number, Nancy, do not give us your last 4 of your social security number. But if I wanted to do that with a client, I could do that and give them a specific passcode to be able to access those documents. So it's a nice layer of security.
You mean they don't, it's not already, I mean, they can't pick their own the buyers, because usually they can pick their own password.
Yeah,
What?
so they have their own password for an account in DocuSign, but for the purpose of accessing this document, it says codes are not case sensitive, and that you must provide this code to the signer. So this might be a conversation you have with them, initial consultation before sending off the documents, so that it's some intake form with them to say, we just need some 4-digit code or a password for you for accessing your documents that's unique to you, and we'll use it on each one of your documents so that they can feel more secure about what they're filling out.
But there's always a thing they can sign that doesn't, you mean then you have to press view and sign, or?
Yeah, it would be for needs to sign. This is that security code thing is not required whatsoever for this. It's just saying if you wanted to add that extra layer of security, you would have that ability to do so. You can also send a private message and send this off. But so I've attached her on this. Email is going to send out, email subject. We'll just leave it, please DocuSign, and I could send a blanket message that goes to everybody that's going to receive this. Once I'm satisfied with everything that's going in here, I'm going to click on next at the top right. And that's going to take me into just a little preview before I send it off. This is why in this section, I'm not having the ability to go through and edit all the fields. That's why I had to back up real quick and be able to fill those out before it gets to this section, because what this is giving me is the recipient's view of the documents they're going to receive, with everything already filled out, that she's listening to Keller Williams from today, this day to the end of quarantine for the sale of her house for $500 so she can get out of Columbus and get to Pittsburgh. So if I had two sellers are on this, it would show me seller number 1 with the yellow assigned to them. Seller number 2 would be assigned blue fields on here. So I could switch between these two and see where's all the spots that Nancy has to sign and where all the spots that the other person has to sign as well. So right now I'm in the view of what Nancy has to look at and showing me there's nothing on page 1 she has to sign, but on page 2 down here, there's a little tab. It says, yep, there she is. I apologize, I got an internet unstable message, but it's got her section here of where she's going to sign and then date's going to be signed. So Nancy, here comes your listing contract. I'm sending it off to you now.
Hey, Ryan, it's Mandy.
Yes.
Is this where, let's say we were sending proof of funds and we wanted to cross off like the account number? Is this where we would do that?
That's a really good question. I have not come across that one yet about having to cross off anything. So that's something
Like
I'll
if we
take a
had
look at.
loaded up a PDF, you know, from the lender or anything, you know, something like that.
Yeah, that's a really great question. And I do not know the answer yet to that, but I'll look into that and see how we can do that if you can do it within Docusign. So Nancy, can you do me a favor and take a look at your email? See if you have a document that says, please Docusign.
I have these two waiting for others in draft. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I have in mind, but open up your email.
Let's see, where would that be? Where would it be? I mean, where's the email?
Yeah, in your inbox. Or do you use Outlook or?
Outlook, I do, but
Yeah, go ahead and pull up Outlook.
Well, see, I can't. Okay, see, that's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, so you want to go to your inbox or your Nancy at stevesmithassociates.com email.
Yeah, because I have to minimize this, right? Because I'll be out.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It won't kick you off.
Well, I'm trying to.
Hit escape.
What?
Hit escape. And it will get you out of the full screen view. You can see the rest of your computer.
I know, I'm hitting escape. I'm hitting it. I don't know why.
I just say go down to the bottom if you have like a start taskbar. I don't know, I'm a Mac user, so I don't know what your environment looks like.
I don't know. You know, I'm trying to get out of here so I can get to my Outlook. And that's why I asked you. I don't know. See, because this is a new thing for me here. I don't know.
That's no problem. It's a new thing for a lot of people working with Docusign. So we're all trying new things.
Yeah, I'm just.
No, she's having a hard. She's seeing your full screen, and she needs to get back to her desktop.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you. I just.
How about this? Hey, Nancy, at the bottom of your screen, do you see a green icon that says share?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and can you click on that?
Yep. It says you cannot start screen share while the other participants are sharing.
All right, try it again.
Okay, I just did.
It should bring up your screen so we can all see.
Well, do I click share screen again or?
Yeah, click on share screen again. It'd probably bring up another window. It says desktop. Might be on there as an option.
Lion. Wait, shit, optimize. I don't know. I mean, oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, now it says you can not. Okay, now how do I get to my desktop, Rob? I'd like that. I'd like to know that.
So you got to go ahead and close this email up at the top right where there's an X.
Okay. All right. And then I just get out of here, the screen share. Do I say okay?
Yeah. Is this, yeah, that is here.
It says you cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
Yeah, you don't need to press it again. You already have your screen up. You should have an email that just came in.
Well, that's what I'm
It
looking
probably just needs a refresh or something. Just go to the inbox again.
You got to hit the X to take Angela's name out the search bar.
Wait, what do I hit?
Oh, I got it. Yeah, go up to the top where it says Angela in the search bar and click on that X. Up a little further.
This one? No.
No, go ahead and X out of that.
Okay.
All right. Right
Here,
there, right
and
there.
April.
Just to the left where it's got that X. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my own mouse. No. All right, there's a search bar at the top of the emails there. It says Angela where you have it typed in.
Oh, okay, Angela, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and just delete all that. Delete where it says Angela. There you
Good.
go. All right, so that should refresh.
Okay, DocuSign, Ron.
There we go. Click on that. Review document. Go ahead and click on that one.
DocuSign.
Loading it up now.
Yep, it's doing it.
Go ahead and click on it. Allow. Just follow with me.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and click on continue at the bottom.
Let's start to begin.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Perfect. Go ahead and. All right. So if you want to begin, all that information. So everything I put in there is already in there, so you're able to review the document. But if you want to go ahead and start on signing, you either click on start at the top and it would take you right to where you need to sign. Or like you've done here, you can scroll down right to where your signature line is.
Okay.
Nancy. All right, go ahead and click on start.
Okay, and then I would just put in sign.
Yep. So that is taking you right there. You're going to click on that. And you can either sign it or you can just go with the pre-signed one there. So we'll just go with that. So go ahead and do adopt and sign at the bottom left.
Okay, got it. Finish.
Perfect. Now at the top right, go to finish.
Yeah, see, I just had to know how to get out of here. So now I know.
Perfect. All right, we see what it looks like on the consumer's end. So go ahead to the bottom, Nancy, or wherever it was where you did share, and we're going to end your share. There actually might be a thing at the top that says end share once you get back to Zoom.
Stop sharing or
Yeah. So go all the way to the bottom. There we go. Thank you. All right.
Well, I'm learning all this time, so just be patient. Oh, God.
I hope you don't feel I am impatient with you. I'm definitely
No,
doing
no.
my best here, so I apologize if you don't believe that I am. So, all right, perfect. So I'm back into my room now. So documents.
Oh my God.
That's a darn documents tab again. Give me fits.
We can go to you
Perfect.
tomorrow.
It is. So this is interesting too. So like I have that document in there for exclusive right to sell, that form. It's original there. Now I also have a copy of it, which is the signed version of it. So you'll have this original copy, you'll have the signed one, and when I click on the signed one, give it a second to load.
Ryan, do you still get an email when she has signed so that you know that it's done?
Yep. So actually, as we had her screen up there, she had an email that came out to let her know that it was all completed and sent to me, and then I also received that email as well. So so an email that says completed for the Please DocuSign. Your document has been completed. I actually got an email as well that let me know when she originally had viewed it. And then I also get a Rooms notification that says that there's a signed document now in the room. So that's actually a little redundant, but there's multiple different notifications the whole entire way. So as I scroll down, Nancy has signed the document. So I got that. Now so I don't need to send that off to any other co-op agent or anything like that, but let's say I needed to send this off to somebody, I could just go ahead and email it, attach the document. Who am I sending it to? Here's a quick little message of what's in there. So since he's not on the call, we'll go ahead and send it to Troy Marsh and prove it to him that I'm listing and selling Nancy's house. Boom, send it off to him. All right, now let's move back into Command. Now that I have a signed document that's in here, we'll go back to the opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and sync just to refresh this transaction. So everything that I put in there should be there. We'll go to the listing agreement and click on add a file on the far right. It's going to bring up this window for assigning the document. It gives me an option. I can manually upload a PDF or browse my files on my local device to pull up stuff. I could pull from my custom folders, which are over here, which that actually may ultimately kind of end up answering some of Lisa's question, but we'll circle back to that. I'm going to select on is the Docusign. And if you have .loop that you've created your transaction, you would see .loop instead of Docusign here. It's now showing me all those documents that are within that room. And since Nancy has signed off on this one, it says signed at the end. I'll go ahead and click on that one and assign. And now that document is here in my compliance folder. So you would go through the process of all these required documents, and some of them right now that are in here do say optional. Some say conditionally required. We are looking at making some changes to that where these folders are going to be strictly just the required documents. And then we're probably going to have some folders that'll say conditionally required documents and then optional documents as well from compliance. Still kind of testing out what the best way of doing that is. But I would pull all these documents in. Let's say I have every single one in here. I want to submit for compliance. I'm going to go this submit to MC right here. Are you sure you want to submit this for review? Avoid any delays, yada, yada. Contact your market center. We'll drive Lisa Montalvo and Nancy Morgan nuts. Also, I'll send them off another folder here for its review. And actually, this is probably go to Joan as well for compliance review. So I've sent those documents off. Filter, show me the ones I've uploaded, sent off, rejected, approved. All right, so let's say I got a whole entire compliant folder. We get Nancy's house listed. Somebody goes ahead and offers us $500 for it. She accepts and gets her on her way to pay for the bus fare to get out to Pittsburgh. So we'll go over to the offers tab. I'm going to add a new offer. I can name it whatever I want. We'll do an initial offer. This is all the details. If you've ever seen a video that talks about the consumer app and what a client will experience when the lady's doing yoga and she leans over to press on to read the terms of an offer received on her house and she clicks accept, namaste, her home sold. So this information that shows up in here is just what's going to be presented to your client in their consumer app. It's not there at the moment, but that's what that's going to ultimately look like when that gets sent to them. So version name, offer date, close date, all that stuff would show in there. It does have some requirements. All my stuff's already populated in there for Nancy's name, her email. I'm her listing agent on it. It does require anything with a red star here is a required field. We'll say that $500 for a house, I'll be the buyer of it. Fantastic. And yeah, I can get pre-approved for $500 and I'll represent myself. So I'm going to go to our terms. I'm just kidding. It's 500 cash. All right, I'll do cash, no finance. I'm not putting any earnest money down. But you're lucky I'm not asking you for any closing costs. All that information could be filled out in this section. There's a good offer. It's full price. We'll save that. Offer details all show up right here. I'm the buyer. I'm the agent. I'm giving 500 cash. It's a great deal. Let's go ahead and accept that one. Once I've accepted, what that's doing is turning the wheels on commissions up here. So I'll go and open that up now. And what that moves us into is the commission section, which looks awfully like a green sheet because it's got my sales price, the commission rate, 3% on a $500 deal is $15 for one total unit. We got to put the contract date. We'll say it was at the beginning of the month I gave her that offer. So that gives the, oh, I have to attach a listing to it. Hold on. One of the things when you get to the stage, it does have to attach to a listing from KWLS. KWLS is not strictly KW listings. It's all listings. So if it's a purchase on there with another brokerage involved, you'll be able to search and pull those up. The default field for when you pull this in is going to show just my listings, all statuses. So it gives me all the options there. So just go ahead for easy math, go with the 151. I'll select that. It's going to repopulate this. Perfect. All right. So if this green sheet was complete, I'm the only agent that's involved with it with one unit, full $15 commission, It's going to give me the breakdown of my total cap, my actual paid to date, and then my remaining balance at whatever rate, whatever split that's at, all zeroing out, and then the summary of what's being paid out to the office. So my royalty, my company cap, and then what's being paid out to me, and then what's actually the sum of these items for what's being paid to the office. Now, let's say there was an outside referral that was involved on this. What I would do is in this section, I would scroll to the bottom of it. It says add item. It's going to give me a couple different options: bonus, concession, deduction. Not clear on my window, look a little different on Microsoft or PC products, is to actually scroll to the bottom, and then it has inside referral and outside referral. So I click on outside referral, say it's a 25% referral for $3.75, EIN number, tax ID number, the name of their company, ABC Realty, agent John Doe at 123 Main Street.
If we're on a team, can our admin do some of this?
Yep. So I'll show you what that looks like too. So I'm just giving the example on an outside referral one where I would put that part of this section. So once I've added that referral in here, it now shows that outside referral is being paid out first before it goes to the cap and royalty and before it nets out to me. Now, if it is a split that's within my team and say it's a 50-50 split, what I have to do is go into this section. Right now at the very bottom, it says I can't add another agent because the total payment amount has been fully distributed. Mm-hmm. What I have to do is change the units here to 0.5. Give it a second to update on the right. It's going to end up giving me a red error message at the top that says my agent unit values must total 1 before I can submit this to the market center. I have to change the units. I also, unfortunately, have to change the commission. We're hoping that gets changed at some point, but as of now, you do have to manually change both of those. That's going to give me a second error message that the total agent commissions do not equal the total commission for the opportunity. Fortunately, though, scrolling to the bottom, it now has changed that where I can't add another agent, and now it says add an agent. So I'm going to click on that. It's not going to, when I do a drop down, it's not going to be any options. I have to type in the person's name. It can be somebody that's on my team. So if I say I want it to be, actually I'm going to have to put him as Vincent. Vinny Pistano, he's on my team. I could select them right here. It doesn't have to be on my team. I could have somebody, like if it's a commercial deal, Troy Fabish, I could type them in there. I could put anyone in here in this and have them be included on this. So anybody that's within the office, if it's outside, the outside referral part's where it's got to be taken care of. So let's say this is with Vinny, select him, add him to it. Now what this is going to end up doing, it's going to update on the right again. It's going to keep my gray box at the top with my half a unit and $7.50 commission, but it's also going to open up a second one that's assigned to Vinny, put his number of units at, too many, 0.5. We'll let that update on the right again. It should eliminate one of my red error messages, and it did. 7.5. That's going to also eliminate, hopefully, the other two. Perfect. So I've got units and commission amount both distributed at this time. It's going to show still my cap, accrual, and my remaining balance, and also do the same for him as well. So all of his cap, his year to date, and then his remaining balance. Everything zeroes out. $15 total commission, takes out the outside referral first. It's going to take out the cap and royalty that both of us are paying into, leaves the remaining net proceeds to myself and to Vinny, and then what the summary is of the cap and royalty that is getting paid out to the office. Once all that stuff's been satisfied, I could send a quick little note to our MCAs. Love you girls. Don't tell HR. Once that's updated with the message, I could go ahead and click on submit. And real quick, since I hadn't put in those amounts, would I like to add a contribution to KW Cares? Yes, I'd like to donate, or no, not this time. Since Vinny and I are both netting out less than $5 on this, I don't think it makes sense to pay out more donations than we're even receiving. So we'll go ahead and put no, not this time. Apply that. And now that commission green sheet has been submitted to the Market Center. And that's it. Now it's submitted, and we'll wait for that to end up getting approved. Once it's been approved, I'll get a little bell notification at the top that says that it has been approved, or I might get something that says it's come back and it's returned and there's some change that needs to be made. Questions? Ahas. Nancy, are you ready to sell your house?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah. Go ahead, Monica.
Will you get back to your question earlier that I believe someone had about connecting the loop to commissions?
So an existing loop?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get back to my screen here.
Excuse me. I'm gonna have to sign off right now.
Okay. Well, we'll still have the recording, Nancy, so you'll get a chance to review that.
Do I just go to YouTube and that's it?
Yeah, if you go to kwcresources.com, it'll have the link within that for our YouTube channel.
KW Resources.
Yep.
.com. Okay. Is there any way?
All
just
right, so
okay. I'll be leaving. I just click leave for me.
yeah, I think
Thank you.
it should be good if you got to get going, Nancy. I appreciate you being the guinea pig for this.
Well, no, this is fine. I just have to cook dinner.
No problem.
We don't have takeouts anymore. Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a DoorDash here. All right, so I'll go ahead and create that opportunity. I'll show how to connect one of these. So 123 Main Street. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just creating a new opportunity and I'm going to create the loop from there. And then I'll show how to copy an existing loop into that loop so that it'll connect.
Okay, so where'd you go to first?
So I'm just getting this one up to speed real quick. I'm just creating another opportunity so I can just get back to this documents tab. So
Brian,
it's not the same opportunity.
You have to create.
It's not the same opportunity I just showed. Go ahead.
So you have to create an opportunity, even though you've already got it all set up in .loop.
Mm-hmm.
You have to create an opportunity in the new system in order for them to talk to each other.
Correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't just create an opportunity and connect it directly to an existing loop, but I'm going to show a quick, really easy workaround to basically get a new loop connected to this.
So can I go? So wait, the first thing you'll do is you'll go into this opportunities over on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right?
Yes. Yep.
And then you go over to create opportunity at that top.
Yes.
On the right-hand side.
Yes.
Then you fill in all this create opportunity stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Which I already did, and now it's not here again. So I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So right now you're trying to create a new opportunity.
A new one.
If you already created that opportunity, you would just go to that opportunity in the pipeline, and open it up from there.
Okay. So where's to the pipeline?
So when you're in the opportunities main dashboard, it'll have the 3 different pipelines for buyer, listings, and
correct. Okay, so I go into under contract.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not listed as, okay, I'm gonna have to go in.
Yeah, so each one of those different phases will have a number usually with them of how many different opportunities exist in each one of those. So
okay, there we go. Okay, I see.
Make sure you go to one that's not 0.
Okay, so all right, so I see it now. Now what do I do? Imported from .loop. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully you're into the screen where I'm at with the actual opportunity, or at least in the details section, and then over to the documents tab of it.
Okay, I'm into where it says details. So I can skip details because that's all been filled in.
Skip details and let's just go over to documents.
Now I go to documents.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So now that we're in there, Monica, we'll bring you back into this now. So start a
.loop.
start a transaction. I'm going to go ahead and create the loop. So this is going to create a new 123 Main Street loop in .loop. Hopefully I did that. There we go. I'm not going to worry about loop.
Well, I see over here to the left-hand side, it says imported from .loop, 25 documents. So I can click that and see each document, can't I? Because I've already imported it all from .loop.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that screen and stuff, but let me go ahead and keep answering Monica's question here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this template, or just no template for it, and that's going to help me to create a 123 Main Street loop. So I'll go over to the loop now. All right, so it's create a loop and no documents whatsoever in it. So if I want to move document, it's going to be that opportunity and that loop are going to be completely synced together. Now, if I wanted to take one of my other transactions and let's go with this Tuscany one. I'll click on that. All right, so let's say I just want to take this folder over there. So I'm going to go ahead and select all those documents. I'm going to go to make a copy. I can do it as a .loop document or a flat PDF, and then take it to the loop. I'm going to look for that 123 Main Street. Unfortunately, I got to stop using that name. Just look at too many of them. I'm going to make a copy of it. Move back over to that loop. Hey, it worked. I did get the right one. All right, so I have this loop. It's got Nancy in it. It's got me in it. It's got those documents. I just moved over into it. So now when I go back over to that opportunity, sync transaction, update that.
Oh, sync transaction.
Now add a file, .loop. Now all those documents I just moved over are now in that opportunity. And I can now sync them. That makes sense, Monica?
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Mary, did you follow along with that?
Yes. Yes. However, in my particular case, I already have 25 docs. I've already, it took it somehow, I don't know where I was in, but I went into command. And
okay, so I'm going to
move all my .loop documents over, and it did it.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Do you see where it says for sharing your screen? Zoom. Or are you on two separate, or are you on two different devices?
I'm at a different computer. I've got two computers going.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge then.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all right, but I can see my documents, okay?
Yeah.
So I can see them all in here. They're in contract compliance folders, all here.
Okay.
But the question is, then how do I, okay, once it's all here, now what I do to do the green sheet?
Yeah, so it's going to be that whole commission section that we just
So now I go up to commissions. You will enable.
Yeah, it won't let you open commissions unless you've done the section before about offer. So unless there's an offer that's in there that's been set up and been accepted, it won't highlight the commissions tab until that point.
Okay, so that I don't have, the offer timeline. So add new offer.
Yep. So you're going to add that new offer.
What would I like to call it? Just the name of the address of the. Okay, so here it is. It filled in everything. Do I hit parties?
Yeah, so just cycle through all that. It's not that important what you put into these right now.
Okay, I see. Okay. So then I assume this is going to take me all to that green sheet stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Once you've completed this part, and then it gives you that summary and you can accept offer, then it'll highlight and open up the commissions tab. So there
I think I can figure that out.
All right, so we are a little bit past the hour here. I gotta go help out with dinner. So like I said, all this stuff's gonna be
Thanks,
recorded.
Ryan, for your help.
My pleasure. It's all gonna be recorded. It's gonna be on the YouTube channel. You can go to kwcresources.com. It's got the link direct to it there. So cool. Thanks everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy
Thank
your
you. Have a good night.
You too.